everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, it's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, the universal energies. And it is entertainment only. Okay, I would attempt to show you Onyx, except that we can't find her. She was crying last night to get let out of the spare room. My daughter had spent hour and a half in there reading her book out loud, and Onyx was all being very, very lovey-dovey. And then when it came to bedtime, she was desperately crying to get out. So we propped the spare room door open so that she could, with a couple of bricks, so that only she could get in and out. And this morning we can't find her. House is completely closed. We closed up the dog door. There was nothing. There was nowhere. Nothing. Don't know where she is. We've pulled the kickboards off the cupboards in the kitchen. Can't find her. Assuming she's up inside one of the lounge suites. So hoping she'll come out in her own time tonight. Oh, kittens. Oh, dear. Okay, yes, haircut. That'll see me right till after Christmas, and I need to give it a wash tonight just to settle it down again. Yeah, it is my natural colour, very silvery. Gosh, I spent decades trying to get this colour, and all of a sudden it just happened. Okay, what I want to have a look at, I popped in my post section, so if you go that little round circle that has this on it, or Maighstir Tarot, the title under any video, it'll take you to the main page and you can find the post section. I popped in there some information about the anti-amyloid drugs that are now on offer. Now, heads up to David from Tarot by the Bay, who I was listening to really late last night, and he mentioned this in that one of his work colleagues had mentioned, or something along those lines. So these are actually new drugs, anti-Alzheimer's, which is a form of dementia, drugs that are available on the market, but still very experimental and still very dubious. Apparently there's only about 18 months worth of testing, and there are new drugs coming out all the time. So the side effects of these anti-amyloid treatments is things like fever and nausea and headaches and dizziness, diarrhea. They can difficulty walking. I mean, does it sound like anybody you know? However, they do have positives of what happens is that I believe you can get an infusion once every 2 or 4 weeks depending, and they do MRIs to check the progress. Now, someone the other day said they had an MRI. They check the MRIs to check the progress to see whether there's any swelling on the brain, because side effect is swelling on the brain. 40% apparently get swelling on the brain. Brain bleeds, 28% report brain bleeds and stroke-like symptoms. Now, it is an infusion either every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks, and what happens is it attaches itself to the build-up of the plaque proteins, I believe. I may be wrong, I'm not a doctor, and draws those out of the brain and expels them from the body. But what happens is it starts to build up again. So that may very well explain on the back of the hand, having some sort of infusion there. And it may also explain why at certain times he appears very lucid and with it and full of verve, so to speak, but then goes downhill for a period and then pops up again. Okay, but it's not a cure. It is, and the side effect risks are actually quite dangerous. So I'm going to have a quick look to see whether we're on the right track here. The Smith-Waite Centennial Edition. I did split the deck, and you wouldn't believe the cards that came out, the Tower and the Empress. Now, the Empress can be about nurturing, healing, taking care of somebody, looking after somebody, and then we've got the Tower moment here as well. So I'll just do a bit of a poker shuffle here and just see, are we on the right track with this? very experimental at this stage. Quite a number of neurologists will not prescribe this product because of its dangers. Okay, but let's see. Are we on the right track? Is this what the orange twerp is getting? Is this entertainment only, if I didn't say it already? Are we on the right track with the anti-amyloid drugs? Now, they are bringing out new versions fairly regularly, and of course he would be getting the newest and greatest and most expensive. But are we on the right track here? Is this what the orange twerp is getting? Let's have a look. Well, this card flew out, the victory card, the very uncomfortable position of riding in victorious. The horse looks uncomfortable. The people in the background are not cheering or celebrating. Okay, thank you. I'm getting for when they need to put them on show. For when they need to put them on show. Okay, come on down. Let's have a look. Right, I'll just have a little fiddle. For some reason, my camera's decided to not autofocus, so let's have a look. So this is for when he needs to be paraded out, so that he can basically sit on the horse. Okay, let's see where it goes. Well, okay, Six of Pentacles, receiving. The challenge is the receiving. I mean, this is available for those that have the wealth, but it's more about the fact that each time what I'm getting from that is each time it's doled out, it's less effective. Now, I don't know if this is true. I did post a couple of links to, one was to a media article and another one was to a science journal article in the comments. I don't think I pinned it to the top of the comments, but you'll find it if you scroll through. I'm getting it has to be doled out in small amounts, weighing up the pros versus the cons with the scales here. But I'm also getting that each time it's less effective. So let's see where this goes. We've got the Queen of Wands at the bottom here, an internal plan, and it's not a strategy as such, but this is an internal plan. Because for me, queens are doing something internally. Wands can also be passion, they can be careers, they can also be messaging. So planning, passion, messaging, communications or careers. Okay, that's the energy stewing in the past, trying to keep a lid on the situation with the Queen of Cups there internally again. So I'm getting that this is a behind the scenes plan that's happening. Crowning this reading, absolutely yes. Ace of Swords, yes. And it is very much about specialists. Swords are about like particular specialist surgeons and things like that. But it is the big yes card. Yes, that is the truth crowning over this. So they're trying to keep a lid on it. They're doling it out, weighing up the risks versus the rewards in regards to this to try and keep them upright and functioning. But yes, it is the truth. Okay, we've got the immediate future is the Queen of Pentacles in regards to the house becoming more and more, not isolated, but it may be sort of spending more time at Mar-a-Lago rather than the White House, because it is the gilded cage, living the life of luxury in the gilded cage in regards to to where the health can be monitored. Externally, the secret's being revealed, the lunacy, knowing that something is wrong but not sure what it is, the cray-cray, okay, and internally, gosh, 3 queens so far. Internally, the Queen of Pentacles looking at the health options or just keeping an eye on the health options. When I'm asking about health, Pentacles mean health because they are the earth sign. Let's see where they go. Hopes and fears, the mercenary actions, the hope that it's going to work, the looking at the options. But the horse is stalled. The dark horse is stalled. I do get, oh gosh, Page of Pentacles becoming less and less effective. So we've gone from the Queen to the Knight to the Page. Looking at this as the Orange Twerp might be looking at this as the cure-all, but it's not. And it's becoming less effective until it becomes non-effective with the Hanged Man. And then we have the potential stroke incidents or simply trapped within his own body. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune, karma coming and biting on the bum. And then it's going to be every man for himself as they flee for the exits. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's a yes. I mean, I can double check that. With that Ace of Swords crowning over the here and now. It's the truth. It's a big yes, and it is to do with specialist treatment. Boy. And we do know that the Orange Twerp does have the diarrhea. We've seen him having difficulty walking. Denise Knight in her dailies often picks up that he's got headaches and nausea and fever. Right. Trying to keep things secret. The secret's being revealed. But with the Seven of Swords, somebody might be letting the cat out of the bag. Gee, I wish my cat was in a bag, then I'd be able to find her. Okay. I know she's not in this room because this door was actually shut. We were trying to restrict where she was. But okay, let's have a look. Oh, and just sorry, yes, correction from Saturday. Usha is, her religion is Hindu. So I do apologise that I could not place my finger on her religion. Ace of Swords popped out as I'm shuffling again. In regards to the orange twerp, is he on these drugs? And no true partner should ever demand that their loved one change their religion for them. Okay, so what was that they fool's journey, getting it doled out. Queen of Swords, the strategy, trying to bring balance. The Hierophant, the Page of Swords, trying to get the ships to come in. This is a whistleblower card as well, but the ships are going out, not coming in. The plan. And then the Orange Twerp, his health is not doing well. Okay, I want to ask a bit further. Really focus in on it. Is it going to become undeniably visible? Is the public going to learn that the Orange Twerp is on this drug? I keep getting he's going to stroke out. I've been having it for a long time. Is the public okay? Is there going to be a whistleblower? Is there going to be a whistleblower that releases the Orange Twerp? It might even be himself. We know he likes to tell on him. So you want it there? Okay, whatever. Right, things coming to an end. The here and now underneath the underlying energy is this is the current strategy, but it is going to come to an end, the end of a chapter. And the challenge is keeping the Emperor in control. So is it going to come out? 2 major arcana straight off the bat. The ending is coming. They know the ending is coming in regards to this. They're trying to keep the Emperor in the throne. They're not ready for him to depart because they haven't got. This is why the plans are all getting rushed. I mean, in reality, Shady and EK would have, maybe sort of come out publicly, probably in a respectable 12 months, not 7 weeks. So things have really sped up in the regime because they know that he's not long. He's coming towards his end, the end of the cycle. Okay, trying to keep him in the seat. Will it be revealed? I think yes, with the Sun card. Again, 3 major arcana, ending, the king losing control, fully revealed. Won't be long. Nightmare situation. This can also be headaches, this can be nausea, but it is this nightmare situation. I keep getting he's going to get to a stage where his body just gives him the bird and turns up his toes. But it's like, so the 9 of Swords in the past, it's like try this, try this, try this with all these different specialists. And how they keep track of it is through an MRI. I think it's just going to abandon him, his health. I really think his health is just going to abandon him. Right, the immediate future. The smug merchant, be careful what you wish for, because red on the head, side effects, 40% brain swelling, which is that's why they have the MRIs to keep tabs on it. 28% risk of brain bleeds, stroke-like symptoms, not necessarily a stroke, but stroke-like symptoms. Remember when his droopy face happened? Be careful what you wish for, the smug merchant. The cups are all lined up. The medication's being doled out or infused. Seems to be working, sitting pretty in the immediate future. But externally, the devil will have his due and have his day, and there may be some misconception of addiction to this. Internally, desperately trying to keep a lid on it. 4 of Pentacles, trying to keep it all under wraps. Head, heart, feet, cankles, chronic, congestive heart failure, and his head, because it's a combo. Hopes and fears. 5 of Swords. The win at any cost. You might find he gets down to once every 2 weeks quite quickly, as this. It's almost like there's this demand of, well, if this works this much, give me more. Medication doesn't work that way. This abuse, bodily abuse. Both of these cards are about self-abuse, self-sabotage, bodily abuse here. Oh boy, the outcome. 4 choices. The medication stops working, and then you saw me put them back randomly. Free for all hell breaks loose as the medication stops working. Oh boy, right, we've got the internal strategy, the external strategy, we've got the Chariot, the chaotic movement forward, trying to keep things on track, and the Moon card, the crazy, the secrets, You've got the Knight of Cups, the offer being made, the Fool, the Hierophant, the Lovers, Big Stick, Ace of Swords. 2 aces to end with there. And then we've also got the Eight of Pentacles, which is about doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result to keep him upright. Oh, these are not good. The Elixir, it's uncharted territory. The Hierophant, which can be the higher authorities. The contracts and agreements, soul contract, but we've got the 2 aces there. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result to try and keep them upright. Yeah. This is what I was talking about the other day when I was talking about off-ramps. There can be interventions until suddenly you reach the actual end one. There is always an end one where nothing. There's just, you can't stop it. You can't stop what is coming. Okay. Is there anything else we need to know? What have we got? 7 of Wands on the back foot, trying to keep everything at bay. Rest is really important. I can imagine flying is not good for this, but rest is very important. But I think he is fast approaching this. And what else do we need to know? Just 3 cards, guys. Is there anything else we need to know? And you definitely want that one. Is there anything else we need to know? And you want that one. Okay. When they fling them at you, you can't knock them back. The Empress, it can be a lazy, indolent person, but it can also be requiring a nurturer, a carer. Oh, they wanted this one definitely as well. The Star card and the Wheel of Fortune. 3 Mages, 4 Mages, 5 Mages, 6 Mages, and then we have the vascular moment. And on the bottom, there's a point fast approaching where there's just nothing they can do. Look at this. Wow. The abuse of his body at the end, off the cliff, the abuse of his body, the vascular event. This is trying to keep things balanced with the Star card. There's also his narcissism won't let him pass over, but this is very much about being under the auspices of some serious care here. The wheel is turning. The end is coming. What was the next one? Nightmare situation for the Emperor. Oh, I'm just looking at the bottom here. 5 of Pentacles. When nothing more can be done. The High Priestess, trying to keep it under wraps, but the secret will get out there. The Tower moment, the Justice card, trying to make a decision about what to do with an announcement from the White House about his demise. Now, this isn't the Death card, but again, it's this stroke card. Also, blindfolded, arms crossed, trying to keep the announcement at bay until they'll be rah, 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 everything's normal when it's not. Been saying for forever, it feels like, that they'll do a weekend at Bernie's where I don't feel he's gone yet. Yes, there is at least one body double, but they're used for distant shots, not close up. But there'll be an increased use of old interviews, put out as new. There will be use of AI to try and cobble together, incidences, etc. Oh gosh, it's just what a nightmare situation. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I can't give you a timing. The timing will be when the timing is right. But every day that passes is a day closer. Okay, love to you. Catch you later.